Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Jobs Gurukul, where we give you good resume tips, interview tips, and how to develop your profile for your next job. So the topic for today is how to avoid common mistakes in interviews. And if you want a one-to-one review of your resume, then kindly send across at the given email ID. So let us move to the topic. So common mistakes, there are a multitude of mistakes which candidates do in interviews, and over the course of my career I have seen the same set of mistakes being repeated again and again by the candidates, which are all avoidable. So if we prepare well, if we prepare and work hard on the interview questions, and specifically how to avoid the saying the wrong things in the interviews and try to focusing on our strengths and achievements, then we will be in a much better position in the interview. So just before we go on to the main section, I would request you to please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that we continue giving you high quality and informative videos over and over again. So coming to the topic now, what are some of the common mistakes to avoid in the job interviews? So the first mistake is not reading up about the role and the company. This is the basic mistakes which is made by many candidates, and I've seen recently I was taking an interview in my company, and the candidate did not know who was the MD of the company, who was the CEO of the company, and what are the businesses of the company. So this is one of the most basically see interviewers basically pick up these markers from the interviews, and they then either qualify or disqualify candidates based on the interview replies given by them. So if a candidate does not even know about the proper role for which he has applied and the company in which he is sitting for the interview, that is the most fundamental mistake which he can make. So please try to avoid this. Always read up about the role thoroughly and also inquire about the company. In fact, you can even talk to the people in the company who are your friends and all to know what the company is doing currently. So common things which you should know is basically what are the businesses of the company. If it is into manufacturing, then what are the manufacturing locations, who is the management and all. The second mistake is basically avoiding eye contact and poor body language. Again, this comes across as a mistake in many candidates who are low on confidence. So avoiding eye contact is something which is to be avoided at all, because avoiding eye contact shows that you are not confident and you are underprepared or not having the right aptitude for the job. You should always maintain proper eye contact and smile and be confident. Your posture should be good, body language should be good. You should not do sudden movements during the interviews. Now in COVID times, we are only the most of the interviews are happening online, but even if they are alternatively, if there are in-person interviews, then you should be having proper body language. The third mistake which we regularly see is basically misrepresenting facts or figures. So if you are appearing for any interview, guys, please never misrepresent facts, never give wrong figures, always give the correct figures, because you see the company is having many agencies. The companies today, like bigger companies, deploy agencies to do a background check of the candidate, and also basically what are your class 10 exam marks, what are your 12 marks, which are your the universities from which you have passed out, and what was your score there in the current company, and since how many years are you working. All these details you should never misrepresent. So you see guys, you need to get the job, but not in the right manner. Though the manner in which you approach the preparation for the job should also be right. You should never misrepresent facts or figures, because you will come across as a liar. Okay, and if you are part of my community, then I would always say never misrepresent any fact or figure with respect to your profile. Always be truthful. That is the right policy. Now coming to the fourth common mistake which I often see is not mentioning your achievements enough and not mentioning about your strengths. So I'm not talking about bragging, but you should in the interview see is basically a communication and a judgment which the interviewer after the interview he makes based on the things which you have told him or her. So interview is an opportunity for you to showcase your achievements, to and your strengths, not to hide them. So whenever you are say for example, if you get a question, tell me about yourself, then you should always cover your achievements, mention your strengths, mention the skills, mention the certifications which you have, something which will segregate you, something with which you will stand apart from the crowd. That is what the interviewer wants to see. The interviewer is basically seeing, identifying the markers. I always say this in my videos, that as an interviewer we look for markers. Like these markers can be certain peaks in your career, certain achievements which set you apart, or certain skills which are required for the job and are not there in the other candidates. So you should always mention your achievements in a crisp manner. You should not brag about them, mention it, and with some facts and figures. So if you mention some facts and figures, then that actually re-emphasizes your achievement. And also you should mention about the relevant skills which you are having with respect to the job for which you are applying. Now coming to the fifth point, so arguing with the interviewer, or entering into heated conversation with the interviewer, that is to be totally avoided. See, the interviewers are interviewing dozens of candidates like you every day, so it is a part of their work profile basically to interview candidates. Now when you start arguing with the interviewer, immediately he will form a negative image of you. Okay, that will reduce your chances of being selected. So you should always agree to disagree and with the interview on any point of view. See, two people can have different points of views, but you should not argue, because the interview is not for an argument. It is not a debate. It is not a TV channel debate. It is not a friend that with which you are discussing the topics, or a discussion among friends. It is your damn interview, so you should be damn serious about it. So never argue with the interview. And the best thing how you can do this is basically never to make judgmental statements, never to give you your opinions on current affairs or something. For example, if you are if they ask you something about politics, okay, you should not make judgmental statements. You should not make some statements which are in favor of someone, or demeaning someone. Okay, so that may, because different people have different social and political views, and we should always respect each other's views, and we should agree to disagree. Okay, so next point is, next common mistake which candidates do is bragging, or throwing names, or trying to influence, which is basically trying to influence the interview in certain manner or the other. So bragging or throwing names is basically, you should always avoid bragging, because no interviewer likes candidates who brags. Okay, and if you are coming to the interview and saying that this VP is known to me, or this head of this function is known to me, he is my friend, that is my friend, I know so many people in the company and all, so it doesn't come across as something professional. If you are giving interviews in a good company, say a multinational company, never try to influence the interview. In fact, when you apply for bigger companies, they ask you prior to application that do you know someone who's there in the company, when you're applying to that. So you should mention and clearly give information there in case you are knowing someone. But in an interview, if they ask you, then specifically if they ask you, then you should be able to tell. But if they don't ask you, don't brag. And also about your achievements and all, you should mention them in a crisp and professional manner. You should never brag about something. Never try to show that you are a dude and all. Okay, don't try to brag in any manner. Coming to the last point is not being clear on why you wish to join the company. It shows, in case you make this mistake, then it shows that you did not give a forethought into why you want to join the company, and you have applied simply for a salary increase. Now, even when that is true, we should be clear on why we want to join the company, and there should be reasons apart from the salary and the package increase, compensation increase. Apart from that, there should be reasons which should be overarching and above the money aspect. Okay, reasons can be job growth. You can say that I'm looking for a career growth, I'm looking for a career in an alternate industry where I can apply my functional expertise, my skills which I have gained. or you can say that I want to have now a leadership position because I have been working in this sector for quite some time, and I have done so many projects, good projects, you can name few. And then you can say that I'm looking for a much senior position in your company where I can play a bigger role in the growth of the company. So you should be always clear. You should have that at least, even if you don't have a detailed plan, at least have some idea about your future vision. Okay, why you want to do what you want to do. So why you are applying to the company, like, and if the company is, you can also mention that the company is a market leader and they're having the best practices and are in. So don't tell go do too much into that, because the interviewer would already be knowing that. But be clear upon why you have applied, what are your reasons, and be prepared for answering them. So again, thank you so much for being a part of this video. And if you want a one-to-one, if you want me to review your resume, then please send across on the email ID given on the left side. And also I would say that please subscribe guys, and please hit the bell icon so that we can keep on bringing more and more informative videos like this to you regularly. Thank you.